morning, everybody. This is Pastor Dale again. I wanted to continue with the video that I started yesterday about, do not fear. We had, it's called Fear Not. And I want to thank you that those of you who commented on it, that you did like it. And I want to continue in this because last night I was going through the scriptures and I was reading some things. And I want to point out to you something that God showed me last night in the scriptures in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41. And if you want to follow along, you may. My version might be a little bit different. I'm reading out of the New American Standard Version of the Bible. So let's look at this, opening up our Bibles to Isaiah 41, beginning at verse 9. It says, "You whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called from its remotest parts and said to you, you are my servant. I have chosen you and not rejected you. Do not fear, for I am with you. Do not anxiously look about you, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Surely I will help you. Surely I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Behold, all those who are angered at you will be shamed and dishonored. Those who contend with you will be as nothing and will perish. You will seek those who quarrel with you, but you will not find them. Those who war with you will be as nothing and non-existent. For I am the Lord your God, who upholds your right hand, who says to you, do not fear, I will help you. Do not fear, you worm Jacob, you men of Israel. I will help you, declares the Lord, and your Redeemer is the Holy One of Israel. Behold, I have made you a new sharp threshing sledge with double edges. You will thresh the mountains and pulverize them, and will make the hills like chaff. You will winnow them, and the wind will carry them away, and the storm will scatter them. But you will rejoice in the Lord. You will glory in the Holy One of Israel." Now, those are some encouraging words for anybody that's going through some battles. Uh, I'm really having a hard time finding any other words right now in the Bible that can really, you know, these are powerful words. And if we look at this and compare this to Psalm 91, and said, God is our protection. When we hide ourselves, in fact, the Psalms also said that the name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it. Okay, the righteous run into it. And this is what we have to do when we run into his name. We can see passages like this, and we can see Psalm 91 coming to fruition. And Psalm 91 is a psalm of protection. And look at the words here that Isaiah, remember what he said, we don't have to fear. God is our help. He will help us. He will make sure that things, get turned around, because he knows exactly what's going to take place in our lives each and every day. Then this morning, I got looking at, and I have a daily devotion with Dr. Charles Stanley, and there's something he said that really makes a lot of sense, and I really look, because you see, I really like, because there are a lot of people who get into situations and all of a sudden, like a friend of mine in Baltimore right now is going through something, and he just wants to give up. Oh, why would God allow this to happen? I don't want to do this anymore. I can't take this anymore. And I shared with you some things, and then this is what I learned this morning through Dr. Stanley. It says giving up means abandoning God's help for our own strength. See, we need to stop relying on ourselves. We need to stop relying on our strength and what we can do, and we need to trust God. Then there's another book that I'm reading also. It's called Jesus Calling, and he had some. The author of this had some really, really good things. I think the premise of this book is it's supposed to be someone who has heard from the Lord, and the Lord is speaking to them. And in here he says, "I am your Lord. Seek me as friend and lover of your soul. But remember that I am also King of kings, sovereign over all. You can make some plans as you gaze into the day that stretches out before you. But you need to hold those plans tentatively, anticipating that I may have other ideas. The most important thing to determine is what to do right now. Instead of scanning the horizon of your life, looking for things that need to be done, concentrate on the task before you and on the one who never leaves your side. Let everything else fade into the background. This will unclutter your mind, allowing me to occupy more and more of your conscience. Trust me to show you what to do when you have finished what you are doing now. I will guide you step by step as you bend your will to mine. Thus you stay close to me. on the path of peace. And that is from this book here. It's called Jesus Calling, and it's really a nice little book. So you really ought to look for this. But this was given to me as a gift by some friends of mine. So when I got thinking about this, I also turned over to Colossians 3, and Colossians 3 verse 2 says to set our mind on things above, not on things on earth. When situations come up against us, I'm learning through all this ordeal that I've been going through recently, is that if I set my mind upon things above, it means I trust God, I depend upon God, I look to God, because God is real. He is as real as I am. I mean, he's as real as this room that I'm in. He's as real as anything. See, God is so real that he lives in here in our hearts, and we need to trust God. We need to trust in him, and we need to trust him with everything. So these are the things that we need to remember, that, it's the Lord's will that we have to adjust to. It's the Lord's will that we have to submit to, because God's will is a perfect will. His submissive, when we submit ourselves and become submissive to his will, God will change things around in our lives so that it's for our benefit and to help us. So I just wanted to give you some encouragement today through these words. These are powerful words. And we need to remember that we have nothing to fear, nothing at all. We just need to trust God. So I hope you get a little something out of this. Praise God. I love you all. And I'll talk to you next time. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Staring at a stop sign, watching people drive by, T-Mac on the radio.